97 or so or 98
Your
kilometres
eyesight's better than mine.
from the Barca team. The commitment, the willingness to run off the ball. We highlighted Goretzka before the game. Basic runs from midfield, hurting opposing midfielders. You played midfield, Owen. What was it like a midfielder running beyond you? It's all right when they stay there, like the Barcelona midfielders, but the Bayern midfielders running beyond you, hurting you, having to run back with them. These things make it so difficult.
It's a great point. You think about how good a football player Frankie de Jong is, yeah? He's a beautiful football player. Who was the better player today? Goretzka or Frankie de Jong? Frankie de Jong never hurts you at any point. He wants everything to feet. He wants everything easy. Goretzka hurt you every time he was tackling. Messi
Playing
was
out of
getting in the
position
box.
in a way as well, de Jong, on the left-hand side. He seems very, not very comfortable in that position. They've seem to have a lot of square pegs in round holes.
Oh, we said that before the game. Sergio Roberto playing out wide, Frankie de Jong playing out wide, Vidal almost as a number 10. Busquets, he's not going to stop people in there. I mean, they had a lot of people playing positions that they wouldn't normally. And normally Barca out-football everyone. They couldn't out-football Bayern today.
They can't do that. If Manchester City beat Lyon, they can't do that to them. Can they be a different proposition, wouldn't they? Particularly if they played that high line.
I mean, said they a perfect team. I understand what he's saying in some elements of it, but defensively, if I'm Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne,
Definitely.
Foden, etc., Aguero, if he's fit, I'm thinking, please get us past Lyon because I see goals. If I was playing that team, I'd see goals.
Seems a strange thing to say after an 8-2 victory against Barcelona, doesn't it? That you're picking out a weakness, but it's true.
I'm sure we'll show a few examples later of the high line that Bayern play. It's criminal. My school team didn't play like that.
Not without pressure on the ball, at least.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's some of the stuff they've done where you think, but can they press as high and win the ball as high and get the opportunities and goals that they got today if they don't play as high at a higher line at the back? That's a conundrum, I'm sure, for the manager. And that's why one of the reasons I think they play so high, to win it as high up the pitch as they can.
Yeah, let's have a breathe. Then we'll look at that analysis and all the goals. It might take quite a while. Well, just one club now stands.
Match ball. Congratulations. That wasn't a victory tonight. That was a complete destruction. How do you explain that?
Yeah, it's tough to explain. I think in this moment our team is in an incredible shape right now. Thank you for the Man of the Match trophy, but I think we have maybe 12 or 15 players more that deserve this trophy as well. We work so hard. We work with this intensity. I think for everybody out there, it's tough to beat us. We have so much fun today and at the moment together.
And it wasn't just any old team either. This is Lionel Messi,
that's right,
Barcelona.
For our style to play, it doesn't matter how the players, how the names of the players are. Of course, they have special players, and we have to be even more aggressive and even more, how should I say, come back in this situation again and again and again. When somebody make a pressing and get dribbled, it's not a problem. The next guy has to come and it gets dribbled, the next guy has to come, and there is a moment we catch the ball, and then we have so much talent, of course, in the offense line. Felipe comes in, Kingsley comes in, so we feel good. You can imagine we feel good after this result, after this match. It was very special, but we have to be it. We have to regenerate, and
it's frightening that you're saying you can become even more aggressive, but that's Barcelona's heaviest Euro defeat, definitely. They're trying to chase through the record books.
It's a little bit special. This tournament is special.
It's a big statement, though, isn't it, by Bayern?
Of course, there's a big statement, but I think the next game, the semi-final, start with 0-0. Statement doesn't matter. I know the other teams watch our game, and they can be impressed or not, but it starts from 0. Today we have to be very happy, but tomorrow morning when we wake up and we answer these whole messages on our phones from the home and the whole world, then we have to focus and concentrate on the next game. That's our business, and we are not here to win the quarterfinal, we are win the semi-final, we are here to win the final. And I know these tournament situations a lot, and most of the time after these big wins, it's more difficult. So we have to be careful.
An incredible night. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah. Barcelona completely mullered, weren't they, really? I mean, look at that scoreline there. It's just beggars belief, really.
He's great value. When you see him in press conferences or interviews, he's got a bit of funny side to him, but there's an element now. I've written down a few words: focus, the intensity, the mentality, team, aggressive. They're all the things that encapsulates that team. When you watch them and see the way they play, yes, there's deficiencies here and there in their team, but the fundamentals of that team are what you need to be a team that's going to go on and win things. They've done it in their domestic league, and things are looking on the up for.
And it all started with Muller's goal. It seems a long time ago, wasn't it? It was about 4 minutes.
Tremendous.
There was a decent volley for the second goal. It was albeit it was an own goal for
They were a bit shaky to start, weren't they, Bayern, defensively, but I think once, Barca had a bit of intensity to start the game. Once that wavered off, they just got crushed.
You could see, couldn't you, even as early as that there were going to be a lot of goals in this game, the way both teams played.
Yeah, I mean, Rio made a good point. Both teams defend too high. So there's, and I just think there's, with the space in behind for all these...
There.
Yeah,
There's silly passing out the back there. There's things that it's almost like fantasy football. Like, this is the way we're meant to play, and Barca played throughout the history, so we're going to keep to it. This is the Cruyff way. Sometimes you haven't got the players to do it, or the other team are pressing you so much you can't do it, so you've got to change a little bit.
Well, we didn't think we were getting two-legged games, but we kind of got two-legged halves, didn't we? Because both halves were won by Bayern Munich by 4-1.
Crazy. I mean, again, relentless. Like you think you go 4-1 up in some games. We've played in games, you go 4-5-1 up, and you just chill. Just start playing it around the back.
But I suppose, you saw there was a glimmer of hope. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a wonderful finisher. He
shapes up to put it in the far corner.
His legs are going there, aren't they? You can see it. His pace has kind of disintegrated.
He's put in hard yards over the years. He's a player.
He's a fighter.
He's a fighter. He's someone who every game meant the world to him, it seemed. And sometimes you run out of steam, but he's still got the quality.
You sort of knew something else would happen for Bayern Munich, and
done there was just, it was very, very, it was, listen, and people say, he came over as a left winger, he should be a left winger, he'd be a great left winger. He's the best attacking fullback on the planet at the moment. Yeah. Let him breathe and live as the best attacker in fullback in the world. Yeah. He was amazing today.
Yeah, he's
as well.
Yeah.
Coman came on, was flying up and down the pitch. Like, these guys, it's
Lucas
not about...
They're
not chilling.
What does he say about the recruitment and everything around Barcelona at the moment, that Coutinho comes on and scores 2 goals against his former club? Well, his club, it's still his club, but he's...
Listen, we might concede a couple, but we will outscore anyone in this tournament. That's the way that these guys seem to be playing.
They will if they keep scoring 8.
Yeah, and we said before the game, a team that had Ribéry and Robben for so many years and relied so heavily upon them, there's no one talking about them in Bayern Munich now, like you think they would have been, because 2 big players leaving it. You think of the big players that leave clubs over the years, there's a hangover. There hasn't been one, really, has there?
It's an astonishing turnaround from where they were last season, and even at the beginning of this season, though, wasn't it? Because we saw them, Liverpool pull them apart last season, and then this year they've come around and struggled at the start of the season, but since Christmas...
Well, I think Rio makes a good point of the fact, Robben and Ribéry, they're trying to chase getting these fabulous athletes, but all of a sudden now, Kimmich is almost the wide man now, and Davis on the other side, and the wide players are coming inside, joining Lewandowski, and that's where all the goals are coming from. They have so many weapons. They control the game in the middle of the park. They've got pace, got power. They just have Lewandowski in the form of his life, Muller in the form of his life. I think Bayern the blend is perfect. I think about Liverpool in the Premier League, and they get the blend right with, they got Van Dijk back there with Alisson. Bayern have the blend as good as anyone in the Champions League, and that's why I think they're going to be hard to stop.
Even that, we didn't even touch on it there, but the Alphonso Davies run, that's fullback setting up fullback to score. Yeah. You're doing something right when you're doing stuff like that in a game, and it's expansive, open football, and it's to watch. I mean, going forward, they're a joy to watch.
They certainly are. Plenty more to discuss, but we'll take a